Hey, today we are going to go through these Reddit postings on relationships, and usually involves cheating or wanting to leave your significant other, or just something traumatic like that. But let's look at this one here. This happened. Says 2 months ago. Says I caught my wife cheating 4 hours ago. We have 4 kids. I found a stranger on her doorbell security camera while I was working the night shift. I drove home and found her right after the guy left. She effed him and is really effing me up right now. So it says this thread has been locked. So let's see what the comments are saying here. 4 kids. Man, so that's a lot to deal with right there. Let's see what the comment says. View entire discussion. That seems like that's all there is on this. Okay, this happened 2 months ago as well. As I write this, my wife is cheating on me. Okay. Well, actually, this sounds more juicy. Best man caught bride cheating with the bartender. Whoa. Let's see. All right. Is this going to show some kind of video or something? Is there a video with this? Oh, it does show a video. So I think she was making out with him. Is there audio to this? Let's see. Huh. I don't hear any audio.
I was the best man. This is Nina. This is my best friend.
Oh, there is. Hold on here.
How you guys doing? Nina, what's going on here? Tell me what's going on. Who's this guy? That's not your husband, right? You don't look like a husband to me. I don't blame you. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. I'm James. I was the best man. This is Nina. This is my best friend's wife. So are you the bartender? Okay. That's excellent. Well, you guys have a good night.
Wow. All right, so that was pretty juicy. Oh man. All right. Well, that's all the heading he has. I don't think he put in much more in that other than the video. Let me see here. Let's read the comments. F and salute. Groom is lucky the slutty behavior was found out now rather than later. That's true. At least they found out early rather than much later after having kids or being married for a very long time. So not bad. Let me see here. Dang, I had some stuff go down exactly like that in high school. I didn't drop him as a friend for a little while after that, but when I finally realized how pathetic and spineless he was in general, I couldn't take it. The worst part, he not only forgave her, he sided with her, said you promised her you wouldn't tell me, as though that made her justified in being angry at me for telling him she cheated on him right in front of my face. This hits deep, bro, because like obviously a lot of events came together for you two to become friends. Then F, you did the right thing. That don't lose that courage. Hold on here. Huh. Dude, there are guys like that refuse to see the red flags. I met a girl on Whisper that had a boyfriend she said she was unhappy with, and she supposedly broke up with this guy. She came over to my place. We had boom boom within the 10 minutes, and we're together for like 2 months. I eventually figured out she was lying to me. I contact her ex, and he corroborates what I expected. They had met up, and he didn't know I existed. I immediately dumped her and kicked her out of my place, and then they ended up back together the next day. I tell this guy I have been banging his girl every day the past 2 months, and he says, well, she says that didn't happen, and I trust her. Wow. Okay. Yeah, when you're really coochie whipped, you pretty much believe anything that they tell you. You know, even though you clearly see it, you see the red flags, and you hear the stories. It's hard to believe it. The denial is very strong. Let me see here. My best friend is like this. He's been with her for 8 years, and she's just plain awful. Worst person I've ever known. He doesn't care anymore and doesn't want to bother looking for someone else. If they get married, I'm going to have a rough time trying to say something nice about her at the wedding. My girlfriend, now wife, hid her cheating from me, and now I feel trapped in my marriage. Let me see here. Let me move that away. Let me turn this up here. My wife and I have been together since we were 15. Oh gosh, that already sounds like trouble. I honestly don't think most people should marry their high school sweethearts. We dated long distance with 1,000 miles between us for the beginning of our relationship. When we were 17, my then girlfriend cheated on me with someone from her high school. Yeah, that's even worse. I mean, like, you are in a relationship at 15 and it's a long distance relationship. What do you think is going to happen? People within the same schools, they get to flirt with each other all the time and get to know each other, on a daily basis. So that's easy for them to get into a relationship or hook up or whatever you want to call it. She felt guilty and broke down to me about it that night over Skype. Of course she feels bad, but, when you guys are young, that's what happens. I foolishly decided to turn the other cheek and stay with her. Our relationship was rough for a while after that, but we held it together. I still loved her, and the pain of the event eased with time. Fast forward a couple years, and she is in college. I was 1 year behind her in school, so I had not been able to join her at college yet. Oh gosh, that sounds horrible. So the dude is a senior in high school and she's in college. Guess what's going to happen in college? It's going to be even 10 times worse because you're exposed with all the parties and all the hot guys and girls or whatever. So there's plenty of reason to fear what's going on. Spring of her first year, she gets chlamydia and gonorrhea. Well, she tells me she must have picked them up from the dorm showers. Oh my gosh. So now he's probably going to believe this, right? I believed her as she had no history of ever lying to me at this point. Oh my gosh, she lied to you about having a relationship, or she hid that previous relationship in high school. So she's lied to you before, And I didn't understand how STDs worked. I joined her in college the next year, proposed, and we get married the next summer. Here's why a lot of people fall into that trap. During that college years, they feel bad about their college sweetheart or whatever, and they have a hard time breaking up. They might want their freedom, but they just don't know how to get out of the relationship. So, Thanksgiving of our first year as a married couple, we're driving home from spending the holiday with her family, and I, for whatever reason, start connecting the dots. I ask her if the STDs she caught were from cheating, and she starts crying and confesses to it. And she says she was afraid of me breaking up with her to tell me, so she hid it. It's not that she was afraid of breaking up. I think she was just afraid of the consequences of breaking your heart or hurting you or whatever. But honestly, if you broke up with her, she would have healed within a month or two and she would have hooked up with some other guys. So she apparently had met a dude in her dorm building through some chatting app and had gone over to have sex with him numerous times. She's never given me a proper number. She's never given me a proper number, but the way she described the event, it sounds like she went over to see him at least 10 to 20 times. All right, let's not have a count on that. 10 or 20 times. It might have been 100 times, a whole semester, you could be doing it like, 5, 6, 7 times a week, for all he knows, So yeah, probably let's assume it's 100 times. So now I feel like I was tricked into marrying her, as I definitely would have broken up with her if I had known about what she was doing. We're still together currently as we're in college. We're still currently together as we're in college, and we do still care for each other. I have no sexual attraction to her anymore and feel like our marriage has been poisoned. I don't even know why you would get married during your college years. That's just a bad recipe right there. I don't know what to do. Some days are great and I don't think about it at all. But then there are days like today where we try to have sex and I think about what happened and I suddenly can't get it up anymore. Sorry for the long post, just needed to get off my chest. It's better to end things now than 5 years ahead with kids and a mortgage. Most definitely true. If I was you, I'd just start all over, kick her to the curb, and go through the mourning process of being sad and depressed, and then eventually, especially during the college years, you'll eventually find somebody if by going through to enough parties or enough different mingling events or some kind of something, some game, college game or whatever. You're gonna eventually meet somebody else, guaranteed. It's better to end it now while you're still in college, have an environment saturated with new opportunity to make friends and maybe another companion. It's exactly like I was talking about. It's easier to find people and make friends over there during the college years. 100%, this is the way. Breakups are hard, change is hard, and meeting new people is hard. But the environment you are in now will make it less hard. Very true. All right, what do you do after you have a kid? Asking for a friend. So you need to ask yourself that, Save money for lawyers. You guys are in college, so you guys are broke college students. So go ahead and do one of those amicable divorces where it's just split down the line. Let me see here. At this point, I'd watch the kid get born. What? What do you mean watch the kid get born? Did he knock her up? I don't remember if she was pregnant or not. I don't know why they're talking about that, but maybe it's some other conversation. Did this for 3 years with the Slutty B. Get out now is not worth it. Got cheated on like 10 or 12 times, but my Forrest Gump butt was like, I love you, Jenny. Bro Bell, for the love of God, get an annulment and leave this be. All right, he's got really good advice right here. Don't be like Forrest Gump and be peas and carrots. Go ahead and get out now. I've known of a few cheaters, and I've only seen two things that have made them stop: a complete mental reset and change of their worldview caused by a major event like a divorce, job loss, or major illness, or decades of life experience afterwards where they have come to terms with the harm they caused. Otherwise, once a cheater, always a cheater. And OP says he's still in college. The likelihood of either of those happening with his wife is basically zero. Oh, gosh. Yeah. Yep. If they have no kids to consider, immediately bail. Then talk to a divorce lawyer. If there is kids to consider, talk to a divorce lawyer, then bail. Either way, bail. She will keep doing this. That's very true. But anyways, I think that was a pretty decent story for the relationships Reddit confessions. Anyways, I plan to do more of these. These are pretty fun. Plenty of relationship stories out there, and plenty of comments from people.